Hello everyone and welcome back to my Bold and Beautiful 29 YouTube channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Dr. Finn is somewhat ignorant for a genuine doctor. Really, don't schedule any brain surgery with the attractive doctor during the day. Is Finn merely attempting to maintain his good standing with Steffy Forrester, or is he truly that unaware of his encounter with Hope Logan? John Finnegan will still be questioned by Hope Logan's relatives and friends. He was first caught by Deacon Sharp, who attempted to correct him about what had transpired that day. After that, Ridge Forrester visited Finn and asked him about the specifics of what transpired with Hope, and Finn remained firm. When Brooke Logan gets to him, will he be able to maintain his strength? Hope's mother will have to confront Finn. He has supported Steffy thus far, but he might back down if Brooke Logan declares she's done. Perhaps Brooke will tell the nice doctor that Hope was waiting for her new boyfriend while bouncing around in her panties. It sounds like Finn has made a number of enemies, regardless of how everything turns out. The only option left to Steffy Forrester's husband is to defend her decision to fire Hope and keep supporting her claim that Hope was attempting to woo him because he is afraid she will leave him. Steffy will lose it if Finn begins to doubt Hope's innocence or even start to have second thoughts. Do you believe Finn is afraid of embarrassing his wife and secretly knows Hope Logan is innocent? Or is he truly so naive as to believe Hope is still lusting for him? Dr. John Finnegan will begin to question his wife's decision to fire Hope Logan. The excellent doctor discovers there might be more going on with Hope than first appears after having a heart-to-heart with Deacon Sharp. As the commotion over Hope's termination intensifies, Finn is beginning to reconsider her guilt. When Steffy Forrester notices that her husband is faltering and starting to wonder if she was too harsh on her enemy, she will be horrified. When Finn's wife entered the room with Hope in her panties on top of him, it did indeed look awful. However, Finn begins to reflect on her father's statement that it was not as it seemed. There might be another reason, after all. When Steffy's husband raises some difficult issues regarding terminating Hope Logan, it's trouble in paradise at the Finn house. The excellent doctor will likely query if Hope was even in her right mind when Steffy entered their room and bring up the subject of her mental health. If someone is ill, Steffy can't really fire them, can she? Finn is trying to find a way to let Hope Logan off the hook without giving the impression that he is supporting her or siding with her rather than his wife. When Finn realized that Hope was having mental health issues, he told her father that she needed to get help. Will it, however, be sufficient to persuade Steffy Forrester to back off? Is it worth jeopardizing Hope's marriage to have his name cleared? Will Finn try to avoid Steffy's attention and let Hope be roasted? All of Carter Walton's plans for a takeover depend on the trust of Ridge and Steffy Forrester. It might seriously disrupt Steffy's plans because he hasn't had much of it lately with Carter. Carter told Hope Logan that he could manage Forrester Creations if his name was on the LLC document as the person in charge. Carter only needs the signatures of Ridge and Steffy to complete this. Since Ridge has been pressuring him to complete the LLC paperwork anyhow, Carter doesn't think it will be an issue. Carter claims that Steffy and Ridge never review such material before signing it. However, as Steffy is growing increasingly wary of Carter every day, there might be a weakness in his plan. Ridge might enter his name without any issues, but what if Steffy is hesitant and determines something is amiss? It's simple to picture Steffy holding a pen above the documents as Carter maintains that everything is normal and authentic. Carter might pressure Steffy to sign, claiming that they must complete this immediately. Steffy might wonder why Carter is suddenly so keen to put something else ahead of rescuing Hope and her line. What if Steffy pumps the brakes because she has a gut feeling that something is wrong? It may be intriguing if Steffy discovers Carter's scheme and foils it. Carter might be exposed by Steffy and immediately fired. Ridge would unavoidably support Steffy if she made him realize Carter had betrayed him. Watching Carter's underdog plan fail miserably and exclude him from Forrester Creations would be quite the twist. Of fact, even if Steffy makes the error of signing and initiating this takeover, that turn of events could still occur. If Carter succeeds in doing this, it won't last forever, so a court battle could reverse his acts and result in his termination. We'll give you additional predictions since the Forresters will eventually dominate their family business. Watch this space for updates on what's developing, because Carter is about to play with fire and could get burned along with Hope. The Nostradamus is Ridge. He was correct to fear a conflict between the Logans and the Forresters. That rivalry dates back to the 1990s, when the soap opera was at its height, and it only gets worse. However, Ridge is unaware that he is the cause of the conflict. His children fought because of his vacillating behavior. Ridge wants Hope's dismissal to be resolved. He should concentrate on putting an end to this 30-year rivalry. Ridge expressed to Taylor his desire to avoid a quarrel between their kids. This occurred around the time that Ridge and Brooke collaborated on the belief formula, which led to a dispute. He foresaw at the time that their children would become embroiled in this protracted conflict. Ridge also foresaw Forrester Creations' destiny. Who was responsible for the conflict? Because of his frequent back and forth between Brooke and Taylor, some would claim it was Ridge. Even though he believes that Brooke is his fate, he can't resist when Taylor returns to town. Steffy is to blame, according to some admirers. She seemingly produced a harsh work environment. The consequences of Hope's termination are severe. Everyone's thoughts on the contentious move are different. Eric thinks Steffy ought to think twice. Steffy has angered Zend. Given that his future is at stake, it makes sense that he has every right to be. Some people have lost their jobs as a result of this rivalry. Ridge might be reminded of his ominous forecast. The unpleasant workplace will keep developing. Carter was persuaded by Hope to rename the LLC structure. He will therefore be in charge of FC. The couple's most recent move will be revealed to Brooke. The Logans' continuous conflict with the Forresters is the source of all of this. Perhaps Ridge ought to have forewarned Brooke rather than Taylor. Supporters belong to either Team Hope or Team Steffy. Few people fall somewhere in the middle. Wood recently discussed the mind-blowing twists that Steffy may experience in the future. Fans were also reassured by the actress that this plot has strong writing. The consequences of Hope's termination have only just started to affect Forrester Creations. Steffy believes that her decision to fire Hope and HFTF was entirely justifiable. When Hope kissed John Finnegan at Eric Forrester's celebration for Brooke's bedroom, Steffy advised her to avoid him. Steffy then repeatedly caught Hope swooning over Finn. Hope was then the object of Carter Walton's love interest. At that point, she stopped having fantasies about Finn and began concentrating on Carter. But Steffy thought the worst when she entered and saw Hope, dressed in lingerie, on top of Finn. What else was Steffy meant to assume, even though it was a misunderstanding? Carter was already furious that his pitches were not being considered. Then Eric pushed Carter aside. Carter became enraged when Hope informed him that he had been sacked. Carter needs to submit certain LLC tax paperwork. Carter's retaliation must therefore be related to that LLC or taxes. Following the Finn incident, Wood stated that Steffy is truly done with Hope. Steffy will have something fresh to be angry about, even if she finds out that Hope was in the lingerie for Carter. Writing this version of Steffy is a lot of fun for Wood. The actress describes the present version of Steffy as strong. Wood always likes to play the parts that are written for Steffy. Wood, however, stated that she is particularly appreciative of executive producer and head writer Bradley Bell for writing a powerful Steffy.